Africans will tell you, who think they are learned, they'll tell you, this gospel doesn't apply when you are out of Africa. Do you know cases? They don't know gender, they don't know race, they don't know locations, they don't know Kennedy. If you know the Kennedy family in America, John F. Kennedy, the president, was the most prominent Kennedy. But all the Kennedys were followed by a cycle of negativity that would happen year in, year out.
And if you want, you can take this part, send it everywhere.
You go about it for encounters to happen. That will change your life. That will change your life. Ah, my Jesus. My Jesus. And I feel strongly in my spirit that even as we are praying, there are people who are still left in a space where they are still fighting generational patterns, cycles of negativity, generational cases, things that are repeating in their lives from their biological parents, their grandfathers, their grandmoms. These are repetitions. And you know, sometimes when we talk about these generational patterns, Africans will tell you, who think they are learned, they'll tell you, this gospel doesn't apply when you are out of Africa. Do you know cases? They don't know gender, they don't know race, they don't know locations, they don't know continents. I was told one time, I was reading about there's this case that followed the Kennedy family. Yes, the Kennedy. If you know the Kennedy family in America, John F. Kennedy, the president, was the most prominent Kennedy. But all the Kennedys were followed by a cycle of negativity that would happen year in, year out. Yes, until today, that case still follows them. It is said that one of their grandfathers went to a certain location. I believe his great-grandfather went to a location and then he stole gold coins from a certain village in America. This was during the time of Red Indians. And they burnt a small village after taking this. And as they left, a case was released, which was later on again spoken and pronounced over his son, who happens to be the biological father of John F. Kennedy. This guy, he was supposed to help a Jew who was in a ship. I don't know what had happened, and the Jew looked at him after he had failed to help. It's online, you can search it. And the Jew looked at him and said, your generations from you will be faced with tragedies and a lot of negative outcomes. Look for it. Beautiful. Yeah, thank God for Prophet Google. Look at this one. As I close, look at this one. The Kennedy case, this is on Wikipedia, is a series of deaths, accidents, assassinations, and other calamities involving members of the American Kennedy family. The alleged case has primarily struck the descendants of businessman Joseph P. Kennedy Sr., but it has also affected family friends, associates, and other relatives. From political assassinations, plane crashes have been the main common manifestation of the case. From the Chippapaquiddick incident in 1969, Ted Kennedy is quoted saying he questioned if some awful case did actually hang over all the Kennedys. And then they talk about skeptics and so on who are not even part of the Kennedy family. Now look at the chronological order of some of the manifestations, events that were interpreted as proof of a case include August 12, 1944. Joseph P. Kennedy Jr. died when the military aircraft he was piloting exploded over East Suffolk, England. No one blew it. It exploded by itself. Same year, 1944, William Kendish Marquess Huntington, newly wedded husband of Kathleen Kennedy, was fatally shot by a sniper while leading his company near Hempen in Belgium. 4 years later, in 1944, Kathleen Kennedy, formerly known as Kathleen Cavendish, Marchioness of Huntington, died in a plane crash in France. 1956, 23 August, Arabella Kennedy, daughter of John F. Kennedy, died at birth. August 9, 1963, Patrick Boover Kennedy, son of John F. Kennedy, died of infantry respiratory distress syndrome 2 days after his premature death on August 7 at Otis. November 1963, that same year, John F. Kennedy now was assassinated. In that same year, 5 years later, John F. Kennedy's young brother, Robert F. Kennedy, was also shot, assassinated. He died the following morning. 1974, Athalia Linsley, who dated Joseph P. Kennedy Jr. until his death, was murdered at home. 1984, David Kennedy, son of Robert Kennedy, died of drug overdose. 97, another Kennedy family member, Michael Kennedy, son of Robert F. Kennedy, died of a skiing accident. 99, John F. Kennedy Jr. died together with his wife in another plane crash. 2 Kennedys were lost. 2011, Cara Kennedy, daughter of Ted Kennedy, heart attack. 2012, Kennedy, another Kennedy, suicide. 2019, another Kennedy, accidental drug overdose. 2020, granddaughter of Robert Kennedy disappeared with her 8-year-old son, Gideon, during a short canoe trip. Their bodies were recovered from a bay later that week. Autopsies revealed that both accidentally drowned in the turbulent and chilly waters. Other incidences: 1941, Rosemary Kennedy struggled to read and write and suffered from mood swings, seizures, and violent eye pain. Simple. Ted Kennedy survived a plane crash that killed one of his aides. Now look at this. This was his statement and remark after the crash. Robert F. Kennedy remarked to aide Gotham, and he said, "Somebody up there doesn't seem to like us." 1969, Ted Kennedy accidentally drove his car off a bridge. 1973, Joseph P. Kennedy was a driver again and crashed and left his passenger paralyzed. And his brother, David A. Kennedy, was injured. 73, another Kennedy had cough, leg surgically amputated. See, it's a long list. It's a long list. It's a long list. It's not a white thing. It's not a black thing. It's a spiritual thing. You see, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, all of them had the same problem. From father, son, grandson, same, met with the same resistances. Take up responsibility. They just shall live by his faith. His faith. His faith. You know, one day I read this scripture. I was fascinated by just these sentences. Genesis chapter 41. As I close, Genesis 41. Verse number 14. Anyway, let's have verse 13. This is Joseph's story. And it came to pass as he interpreted to us, so it was. Me he restored unto mine office, and him he hanged. This was through the